Hi guys, so today we're just going to be working on some Django stuff, continuing with the website I'm currently building at the moment. Um, I've not got my camera on because it's too hot to be currently wearing a shirt. Well, um, but yeah, we're just going to do a couple of hours worth of working on the front end, really mainly. Um, so yeah, but let's just copy the fact we're streaming into the Discord. One sec. Okay, so I'll show you the site so far. Where are we? So this is it so far. It's a blog I'm creating for the other half. So this is what we've done so far. Um, so yeah, we've got the header linked to different pages. So far, I mean, we've literally I've put a small bit of stuff on here, but the main thing is that's not even the final design. I'm working on the front page mainly. And then we've got the footer down here as well. Um, so the footer and the header is all done in base.html, so this is applied across the entire website. Um, so we've got the head stuff, which is just linking my different CSSs in. So um, this one is linking in Bootstrap. These are linking in Font Awesome so that we can use their icons for like social media icons and things. And then we've got my base CSS file for CSS that we want applying across the whole site again. Um, so what we've got here is we've got the title tag. Now we have this block here so that we can insert things in the title for different pages, but then it will always append this on the end. So for example, in home, no, not home, we don't edit it in home, but in blog post.html, it will append the post title and a pipe so that they're showing in the header in the title as well on the browser. Um, these little blocks, this allows me to set whether the page is canonical for SEO, and the open graph stuff lets me insert the right schema for like social sharing and SEO here as well on the pages. And then also this allows me to append additional CSS files for the different pages rather than writing every bit of CSS in base.css and creating a massive file that's unneeded on a lot of the pages. Really, I should be pulling this in from the database somewhere, but we haven't got there yet. This is all the nav bar. So we've got the nav tags, and again, most of these classes are just the default Bootstrap ones. Apart from this, which is a custom class that I've got in basic CSS to set the background color. this took a long while to get sorted. Getting things aligned, I just couldn't get my head around the whole bootstrap and flexbox and things. But after a while, I managed it. Now, this bit and all these like things where it's like the area controls and the database target. This is what does the mobile responsive menu. So you can see we've set navbar supported content as the ID, which is what we're pointed to in the BS target and the array controls to that ID. So we know which everything in this div becomes part of this toggle menu on mobile. We've obviously got the single block for all the content to bring in like home.html. And then we've got the footer that's applied on every page. So that is, again, a container fluid, which is a container that's the full width with the background. What I've then done is then included a normal container, which isn't full width. It's got good, well, it's sort of your, if we load up the page, the container width, as you can see, is the width of the main content on here rather than going the full width of the page. I'm not fully decided whether that's where I'm leaving it or whether I want it extended, but as of now, that's how I like it. But we'll see how that figures out. We've got obviously all these links in the different menus, and again, these are all pulling through from like it's pulling in the URLs using the Django templating engine for that specific page that we've got. And same on these. We've got the newsletter. This doesn't have function yet. It's simply just decorative at the moment. I need to figure this stuff out at some point. And then these are all the social media icons at the bottom, which we're using the font awesome icons for. And then we will be able to put the actual link to the social medias in here at some point. And then this is just the bootstrap JS, which needs loading at the end. Home.html, then so far what we've got is the one container, which then includes this card thing for here, and then this is all pulling through from the database as well. So you can see here, so we're using the latest post, which I'll show you how we created that in a minute. But we're pulling in the different things from the latest post. And we did that via first in our models.py. We created this latest post manager. And basically what we've done is we're getting a query, we're getting a query set, which is a models.query set of the post model, and then we're basically returning the query set, but then we're filtering it here. Status equals 1 means it's a published post, and we're returning only the most recent post. Just one. This one here, the latest posts manager. This returns the latest 5, and then what we do is we define these managers here. So like latest post and latest post equals this. So then what we can then do in views.py is as part of my context, I can pull it in. So then the context is here for post.latest post.first. So this returns just a single post, whereas that all returns a query sets. Then I'd have to loop through, but the first returns the actual single first post that's in this category, and then adds it to this context latest post, which is how we then access it in here under latest post. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're going to be working on now. Okay, right, let me just have a look at my notes. Okay, so right, let's see. So what I want to do is on here is I want to create sort of I want to create a divider here which has like the horizontal line, but then also has the text across the middle. So I just need to figure out how to do that. Bootstrap horizontal rule line with text. Yeah, so something like this is what we want to do. Okay, but it's not using Bootstrap. Okay. HR. No, nothing there. Right, let's see. Again, not Bootstrap. Okay, it's not as easy as I thought it would be. Really would have thought it would have been built in. Right, HR. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not going to be in by default, so let's see what the easiest way around this is. Um, right, let's see. Okay, I think we're going to use this. Seems pretty straightforward. I think we'll create this as a class in base.css because it feels like something I'm going to want to use across the whole site. Um, section. So this is going to be latest posts. And then base.css. We use that below for the line instead. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, that did not work. pretty sure that's not how you spell separator. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell separator. So let's fix that. Oh, yes, I could have sworn it had a Navray. Never mind. Okay, this isn't working, so let's have a look. My dev tool's gonna have to go on the other screen, otherwise I can't work at the same time. Right, okay. Okay, for some reason it's not pulling in the updated CSS. Oh, there we go. Just needed a shift refresh and that's working. Okay, probably wanting latest posts. Latest post on font. No, okay, I'm gonna have to Google Bootstrap typography. And if I know, I might just make it a H2. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm gonna create it as a H2. I know it actually is the bin tag, sorry. That's better. Well, I think I might change it into the blue colour just so it looks decent. So again, based on CSS, what I'm going to do is change this and do a text dash this colour and I can just set this then on anything I want with the blue text. Okay, yeah, I like the look of that. And then what we're going to do is try and create a carousel of cards for us to scroll across. I think. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so what's the best way to do this now? So in here, best thing to do is to first of all create a new div class container to keep the width the same. And I want four flex. Well, yeah. First of all, I want a row. Oh no, I probably don't want to do that yet because we're doing it with the carousel. So let's see. No, I think I will take a row. The class equals row. I mean, you can see. So this is GitHub Copilot. What I've got running here, and literally, I mean, let's just tab that and actually see what that's created for us by default. Okay, so I mean that has essentially created. It's created three of these. It doesn't look quite right because it's copied the exact styling. But obviously you can see how the Copilot can certainly help you out, although it does seem to cause more problems than it's worth sometimes. Okay. It can get annoying at times, so sometimes I do just deactivate it, but no, I'll just leave it running. It's cool to see what it suggests, even if it is a bit of a dick. Okay, so let's. In fact, let's just see if I can copy one off Thingy and start from there rather than start from scratch. I know that's cheating, but okay. Actually, yeah, this is a decent example I've got. So we're going to want div class equals this. Why is this suggesting now? So call 12 makes sure that it's a full width column, and then sorry, we want the text to be on the right hand side as well. Close that. Okay, and then we're going to create our buttons. So a class, that's not a class equals button. Button accent MB3 and ML1 margin right 1 margin bottom 3. They're just a different bootstrap classes to set the margins for us rather than us having to set them. It just helps with the responsiveness. href equals we're just going to put hashtag card carousel, which is what we'll set as the ID later on. Roll over button. That's not so you can see it gets it pretty much correct. Then we're gonna put the icon in here, which is gonna be, I mean, this is close, but we're gonna go with, do I want arrows or no? In fact, I think we're gonna trust this and go with the angles rather than the arrows. We can always change that later. And then this will be clever enough to do the whole thing again, but with a different thing. But I don't want the margin right on here. You can see how good this Copilot can be because it knows it can work out what you're doing and then do it for you. Save you a lot of time. Okay, and then we're going to create another column equals 12. Okay, and then we're going to create another div, and this time it's going to be with our ID for the carousel, what we set earlier. So first of all, ID equals, in fact, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's easier to be in. ID card carousel plus equals carousel slide. Sometimes I really wish it'd finish things and then it doesn't, and that can be really annoying. Okay, let's just say it's still near enough trying to do things for us. And it's clever enough that it knows to do it once with this, but let's just see what we've got now if we run this. Okay, so they're showing on the left, but we do want them on the right instead. So or do I want them on the thingy? I don't know, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move this. To here so it ends up below. On justify content center. Okay, no, it didn't put it in the center. Inspect. Yeah, there we go. So all we need to put these at the bottom is we need a flex. Oh yeah, sorry, I know what the cause of that is. So this just needs a D flex on it as well to make this support flex of these items. And then the reason we're not getting the thing is because MR is no longer exists. That's from a different version. So it's MS for M start or ME for M end. And we want a margin on the right hand side start to the end. So there we go. The posts will sit on top of here once we've done them. Oh, hi Phil. You still there? So yeah, we have. I don't have any JS apart from what is being pulled in and used automatically by Bootstrap, but I'm not even sure if we're actually using any of that yet. When you say the extension for the tags, what do you mean? Is in the you mean when it was auto completing the whole thing, or do you mean for all these different CSS tags? Well, it's not an extension. Well, technically, I suppose it is, but it's actually so this it's called GitHub Copilot. We get it free as students with that pack, and it's an AI tool that programs alongside you, so it tries to guess what you're doing and help you autocomplete code. Um, so that little bit where it's auto doing the tags at the end is just the Copilot being clever enough to finish it off afterwards. Um, but that's just GitHub Copilot. But I'm pretty sure there's an extension that just auto closes tags for you. But this is actually an AI programming Copilot basically that helps code and suggests code for you to use in your project. Um, it's really powerful. But yeah, you should download that Copilot. I said we get it free with GitHub Student Pack verified with the university email address. So, and then you can enable it, and it will help you code your projects. And once it's got enough of your code, it's clever enough to do it. You can see how it's clever enough. Like up here, it's took all this code where I'm using the latest post context for the single latest post, and it's clever enough to suggest here, if it doesn't, yeah, it's clever enough to suggest here to change it to post, which is the default that includes the rest of the code. Um, but I don't think you were watching before, but I was showing, so this is how I'm pulling this view now that's more complicated. So using template view, that's what I was trying to say yesterday. And then we create a context, and we can pull in context from different places and then give them a context name that we can call in the HTML. So, for example, the just latest underscore post pulls back first the first post of that model, which is already ordered in the model via the latest published. And filtered on published posts only in the models.py. But then I can also pull through the latest 5 posts, which is what this does. And then posts is all the posts, but using this published manager which I've created, which pulls in all of the published posts. So yeah, this is awesome. Realistically, it's the only view you'll probably end up using because your pages are obviously in most websites. Your pages are more complex than just pulling in information from a single database, so a single table. So yeah, realistically, this is what most of your views will end up on a complex website where you're pulling things in from different contexts. And obviously, you can see even on the blog view, I've done the same. I've not even touched the rest of these pages yet. Because that's a whole other ball game. Oh yeah, I've just realised I don't think that's actually needed anymore. I don't think. No. Pretty sure it's not. I can check later. How many tables do you have, and do you have complex relationships? Okay, I'll show you that now. So models.py. I wish there was a way I could split this up further. There probably is a way. So I've got the user class here, which user model, which subclasses the abstract user model from the authentication one, and this is so that I can edit the default user class to for example, set more better name types for the default registration address, and also setting what it displays as in the admin rather than just displaying as like a number or the email address. I can tell it what I want to display as. I can't even remember what app label did. Um, let's see. No, I didn't put it. Oh no, I know what that's for. Sorry, that is just for telling it which category I want it to appear under in the admin um, function, and then I'm just setting these three up here as required fields. I've got my author class, which pulls in from that user class. So in a one-to-one, so every user can have one author model attached. I could now technically just put all these fields by default in here, but I'd already made this class before I abstracted the user class. So I've just kept it like this. In fact, it's quite nice because it automatically puts it on a new tab in the admin thing. And this is just going to allow me at some point to be able to pull in things like details about the author on each of the different posts. I've got my featured image class, which is obviously a model as well. This this contains an image field for featured image as well as the alt tag. Originally, I just had it as an image field in the post class, but then realised, oh, I can't actually store an alt tag with that photo, so I created a class for the featured images that contains the alt tag as well as the image that we can then pull through. And you'll see how I link that into the posts in a minute. So these managers, what I was telling you about earlier, this is what I used in the not the is it these? Yeah, these are what I've done as the managers. Um, these are created here, which is how I specify what those managers return. So you can see like I'm checking for a status equals 1, which means published. And for like the latest single post, I'm displaying just one post. For the latest post, it's 5 at the moment, but I'm going to change that to 8 because of the design I'm doing. But then I'll probably use a clever slice to avoid picking the one that I've already picked in here, so I'm not duplicating content. And then this just returns all the published ones. And then this is the main model. So this is the actual post model. So obviously you fields like title, slug, which is what we discussed the other week and the other day on stream with like the specific part of the URL relating to the blog. I've got the author, which is a foreign key link to the user. So with it being the foreign key, the user can have many blog posts updated on and created on fields. They are needed for both displaying the updated is the field that will display on the actual web page, but then I'll need both created on and updated on for the SEO purposes. Content is a special HTML field, which I'm pulling in from an app called TinyMCE, which I've installed, which allows me to have sort of fancy HTML content inside the actual model to pull through. So I'm not just pulling through plain text. I can pull through images and things as well. The status links to the choices that I've created above here. So draft or published. Meta description, that is a SEO thing, and then featured image again is a foreign key to the featured image model, like I just showed you above. Which again means that you can use multiple featured images on different posts rather than uploading them multiple times if needed. And then these are the default managers that we set. So objects is the default, which just returns everything, the default manager. The published manager is our published manager, what we've defined above. And same with them too. And that is obviously how we call it as part of the class, like you saw in views. And then yeah, that's just set the admin title, get absolute URL reverse. So this is needed as part of being able to pull in to create the URL using the slug. And again, it links using self.slug, which is obviously what this field equals here. And then dot is published is just a little function created to check that a post is published. I probably don't need it now that I've created the managers, but I don't see any harm in leaving it there in case I do in the future, at least for now. And then the meta just sets the verbose names for the admin and the ordering, which is ordered on, created on currently. So the class, comment. So I've set this up, but at the moment, obviously, it's not implemented, but it will be. We'll have to. This is probably going to be the most complicated thing because we're probably going to have to do some weird like Ajax loading and things like that. What are your return types for your views that render? Okay, so views. So so it just returns this context. So then, and the context is a dictionary of strne. I could go more in depth into that with considering like, well, it's returning some query sets, some strings, and a post as well. But that's when your return types get very complicated. So I probably should do that at some point. But that's the type that I say at the moment is just a dictionary of strne, and it returns this context structure what we've created here. And same on these. Obviously, for these basic ones at the moment, they're just returning a HTTP response. And obviously, the classes don't actually have a return thing, and in the URLs.py with the class-based views, so you have to do views.blogview, which is the class. You could obviously just do blogview.asview if you pulled in blogview on its own, but I've just imported all the views instead. And you have to do it as .asview, so this automatically converts into a view it can understand. And no, I don't use render. You don't need to use render in the class based. You return a function, and then this clever little thing goes and does all the converts it in, does the important things that you need. But no, I don't actually use render. Although I mean, I can figure out why you struggling to know what your return type is for my pie. Is render pulled in from here? Oh, you've got yours working now. Sweet. But no, yeah, I don't actually need to use render when using the class-based views, but you definitely want to look at class-based views and template views with the context, because otherwise you won't be able to pull in complex data. You'll be stuck. You'll be stuck looking at like one model, one piece of data only, rather than multiple. Which is all right for some basic pages and whatnot, but as you get more complicated, it's just gonna not work well otherwise, unless you can pull in from multiple models and things. Um, Obviously, it all depends on what sort of project you're working on, though. Because if it's something really simple, then just a simple view is going to be straightforward. But obviously, if you want something more complicated, then it's it's just going to be one of those things. What's that? I was just grabbing a drink. Okay, I just needed to check request.get when loading the view, request.post when sending the drop down. You'll have to show me what you need. Put a screenshot of your code in Discord and I can see what you mean. Yeah, as in, I'm just not sure what you mean there, so put a screenshot in Discord so I can see what you mean. Hello, I literally think you're my only viewer. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure the rest are just bots, so it's just me and you. Oh, nice. I hadn't realised you could. Yeah, I hadn't realised you could do that. But then again, I've not played around with loads of, like, obviously with the forms a huge amount. Nice. But obviously, you're wondering what your return type should be for my pie, because obviously yours is missing off there. Um, and I don't think that is the right. I don't think that is the right thing for request. So no, that request.models.response, what you've set there as your type for the request. In fact, let me just bring it on. So yeah, that type that you've set here is wrong. This request.models.response, that request should be a HTTP request. So it should be colon then HTTP request, what you'll pull through from Django.http. You can see it in mine here. This is what it should be. And then as for the render, I can tell you what that'll. Django.shortcuts equals render, is it? From Django.shortcut import render. So your render is a H. It renders a it returns a HTTP response, and it returns it as a string. So so you can literally just do, so your function would be def um, so that, for example, would be your using render. That would be, obviously you don't need the slug, you can ignore that. So if that, whatever your view was called, so index, so that should be your first line, and that gives you that's using the correct type for request and the correct return type as well. If you put that in, you should notice that your errors that were showing in VS Code should disappear. You don't need that import at the top either from AST and put str. I think that was done by accident. Showing red on the screenshot that you sent me. Request.method is red because method doesn't exist in that type because that type is wrong. Requests.models.response is the wrong type for request. It should be HTTP request from. Oh yeah, now it's right. Hover over the error from HTTP response. Let's see. Okay. So the reason that is erroring out is because you've got an if statement here for if request method equals get, then do that and return that. So that returns fine. You've then got if request dot method equals post, and again you return that is fine. But what if request dot method? Yeah, you need an else, and you need to return empty HTTP response or some weird data that says you entered it wrong. In reality, you should return a faulty response code. So, like you would with an API, that I'm not sure which number it is, but you should return a status number and then have a two possible return values of HTTP response or a sorry, this method isn't allowed. But that's the only reason that's returning. That's showing red, yeah. But that's decent. You've obviously, I think last night you would have gone nowhere near that, but then obviously today you have, and that's probably because you were off stream and you didn't have everybody annoying you in chat. um, yeah, it's one of them. Streaming's good because you can get the help, but then also sometimes it can be annoying because nobody's letting you get on with what you want to just get on with. I wish this dog would shut up. Yeah, I was gonna say that had to be your longest stream yet, didn't it? 5 hours. That was the very long stream for certain. Um, so what was I? Yeah, what was I up to then? So yeah, I bet you were. um, I was gonna start streaming earlier, but I was just too hot, and that's the reason why I've not put the camera on because I just couldn't bear to put a shirt on. Um, I can't say last night, so I did fixed. I know the feeling, mate. I know the feeling. Nah, I've got shorts on. Oh, I have to admit, I have done some conference calls nearly naked. Although yeah, I have a client in Australia, and normally we're Zoom calling in dressing gowns because it's like 6 a.m. for him there when we have the call, and it's like 11 a.m., 11 p.m. over here. So yeah, it's funny. Okay, so okay, yeah, no worries, pal. Um, yeah, I'm hopefully I might get another one in maybe one day another day this week or at the weekend maybe when you get views. I might try and do Saturday potentially at some point because that seems to be the day where everybody gets the massive amount of viewers. Um, even if I start streaming maybe like about 9 o'clock on the Saturday, and then I can take the views from your stream maybe whichever. Um, but yeah, anyway, I will. Yeah, I'll let you get off me. I'm just gonna keep trying to poke away at this. So this is. I was just gonna say this is what we've got at the moment. The before you go, so the most recent post, and then this is going to be a carousel cards. Yeah, that sounds good, pal. Um, but this was the thing that had me stumped for 2 weeks. Can you believe it? But then I've now gone and done this, so well, I think we might have toxic in the chat as well, actually. Yeah, I might make a front end engineer out myself someday, maybe. No, I prefer back end. It's where the fun is. That's right. I've never read it, but yeah, sometimes simple is the most way thought. Yeah, is the easiest way, which is what I'm sort of trying to go for here: simplistic but professional. So, oh, nice, you listen to it. Hmm. No, I don't really do. I don't really do reading or audiobooks, but to be fair, I'd probably prefer audiobooks rather than actually reading. Yeah, I hate reading. Do the icons work at the bottom? So they've got links. I just need to actually put in the actual URL. At the moment, they're just a link with a hashtag. So at the moment, they just redirect to the same page, but I've just got to update the actual link in the URL. Tokens? What do you mean tokens? Oh no, so these are just going to be linked to. Well, they'll be to my partner's Twitter or whatever. Yeah, so it won't automatically follow you. It'll just take you to their Twitter page. So, like, well, for example, if I just put mine in for now, because she's going to be setting up new accounts for this. But if I just put in, if I can just put the actual Twitter, like the link to the Twitter account in here, and then it'll take you to it, etc. And I can add as many as I wanted. So if I wanted to add if I wanted to add a LinkedIn, literally just a case of adding that, and then I get the little LinkedIn icon as well. So it's pretty neat. And then, well, I was gonna say, if you've just got another minute before you go, then just show you this, which is another free tool. And I've not decided yet with regards to the links whether to just put them in the HTML or whether to put them in the database. I need to figure that out. I think I'm hoping it'll all go in the database. I think just so we can update it in the back end easily. Um, but again, this tool is free for 12 months. I think it is, or 6 months. I think it's 12 months, and it lets you emulate your local development or any website on any number of devices. So, like iPhone 13. So just wait for this to pull in. And again, these tools are all free with the GitHub Student Pack. I put the link in the Discord under student discounts. Local testing's enabled, so you can see how that looks on the mobile now instead, and it's all mobile responsive to their center. Yeah, although you'd need to build Django in an API though. Yeah, I'm building this mobile first, so it's going to be responsive on mobile first, and then with minimal CSS, and then as you get to the bigger devices, you include the more CSS that's needed rather than the other way around. Keeps the mobile site quicker rather than adding extra on for the mobile as well as the desktop stuff. Yeah, definitely the way. Mobile first, desktop afterwards, because most of your visitors are on mobile, and you need a much quicker, smaller payload on mobile than you do on desktop sites, just due to the fact that desktops are quicker at loading than mobile. So iPad one, so stop session, iPad, iPad 9. What's that? No, I'm just gonna go for the iPad Pro. I think I don't know which one's the newest. So again, this isn't quite being responsive on the iPad, so I need to add a couple of CSS classes in to make this optimized for iPads as well as mobiles. Um, it won't take much difficulty there, but for example, if I was to then, I can rotate device, you'll see still slightly, so that's something I can work on. It's just due to the fact I'm importing too much text, so it's not shrinking back down. So I can have reduced the amount of text I'm bringing in on these devices, or I can just change it so it changes the way it's styled. So this will drop down below this instead. But yeah, this is free. And it's done with it's free at the moment. It's normally a hell of a lot of money. GitHub Student Park. Yeah. So log in with your GitHub, and then you just need to add your student email to GitHub, and then authorize it with the university email address, and you can sign up for all these apps free. So yeah, it's decent. You don't know your student email? 1 minute. So it will either be or it will be your computer username .icu.uk. So yeah, I've just put them in chat. It'll either be one of them, so it'll be either your first name dot last name at ou.ac.uk or computer username. So that is the one that you log into Student Home with, and then you can just log into that at this link. If you just go to that site now, just put one of those in and try and see. Just put the first one in first name dot last name at ou.ac.uk, and then see if it'll attempt to let you log in with it'll be your OU password. It should work. Or if you go to that link, there should be a field in there that says OU email address, and it'll tell you. Trust me, you need that email address, man. It's the key to loads of free stuff. It's like the best email. I honestly think I might do a second degree afterwards just to keep getting all the benefits. I am only joking, by the way. I'm not going to do a second degree. I'm not an idiot. Yeah, your password is just the same one you log into the OU with. Okay, so but yeah, this browser stack is awesome for testing things on mobile as well. And obviously, it's not just mobiles. You can test on iOS, Android, all the different makes. So like Samsung, Google Pixels, OnePlus, Motorola, Hawaii. You can test on Windows with all the different browsers. So Edge, Firefox, Chrome, Opera, Yandex, and Safari on Windows. You can even go as far back as testing on bloody Windows XP. And obviously you can do it on all different versions of desktop Mac as well, again with all the different browsers. But yeah, I didn't even realise you could actually still test on XP. Should we see what my should we see what my website looks like on a Internet Explorer 8 Windows XP? Oh wow. Oh wow. What a shocker. Yeah, no. To be fair, it could look a hell of a lot worse, couldn't it? I mean, let's see what they. Does it run on the latest Chrome on XP fine? No, it doesn't even. Oh, that yeah, doesn't even load in Chrome correctly. My God. A 52. That's got to be quite a latest version of Firefox. Hey, so Firefox on XP still works. Nice. So yeah, if you want to view this website on on XP, then use Firefox. Yeah. All right. See you, pal. I said hopefully I might get another stream in this week. Yeah. Cheers. Oh, now this is something that I want to look at. No, I thought it was the actual minimum. You used to be able to literally pay zero for them. I mean, although that is still a banging price for all them. Yeah, that is an absolutely banging price. Django for beginners. Django for professionals. I might actually look at those. Yeah, that is awesome. I'm gonna look at that afterwards. I'll put the link in the chat for Anyone that wants to use it? If anyone is in here, then feel free to join the Discord if you wish. Responsive font sizes. Right, okay. Where were we? We wanted to get this carousel working. Okay. Okay, so where were we? So data ride equals carousel. Carousel in a right, okay. How are we gonna do this? Oh, yeah, no, sorry. So, um, don't want to do the whole thing. Oh, I tell you what, it can get really annoying. This GitHub Copilot at times. Right, close div. So, in fact, just before I start this bit, yeah, just before I start the next bit, I'm gonna go and grab a new drink, and then we'll crack on after that. So, Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Um, so yeah, let's continue working on this. So this is where we're gonna want to do some Django. So I mean that's exactly what I wanted, literally. N4. Okay. Although I do in fact need to go back and finally do some actual nice bits of Python. Oh, models. There we go. So I want this to pull back 8. Oh, in fact, no, I want it. Python slice list. Okay, so I want. I don't want to include the first one. So 1 is going to be included. So 8 is technically 9. That gives me 8 posts, 1 to 9. 9 gets excluded, 1 gets included, leaves us with 8. Okay. Oh, in fact, no. I know what. No. Oh, no. I don't need this. Oh, no. Do I? I suppose it's easier. Yeah, but I'm not going to use it in this occasion. I'm going to use that could be used on another. Alright, leave that as that. What I can do here is for post in posts. So this is where I can create my card, which I want to rob from here. But obviously we want to change this to post now. Because that's what we've done before in so for post. Okay, so it didn't understand the thing, so let's just check that. Slice listed template. I know. So you just pass it to slice. Right. Why didn't that work? Oh, you just to do it in string. Okay, so I mean, currently sort of working, but not quite, obviously. Um, we need to change up the thing. Okay, let's get rid of that because that's not worked. Oh wow, that did not work as expected, did it? I've decided I don't want the content on these bits. So that is looking lovely, but these are not. Hmm. I'm missing div. Was all it took. Okay, now I need to. Okay. Okay, what can we do? So, I'm do it here for now. We can always move it to base if we use it again. Okay, we now just need to do the oh, what is it now? Oh, where was it? Home.css, that was it. So overflow. Hmm. Object fit. That's it. Gonna set it to cover. I'm not sure which it is. We can play around with it in the dev tools if that's not right. Okay, well that fixed the thingy issue. They all like not distorted now. Obviously, we just need to ideally better pictures. Obviously, need to be chosen. Okay, so it's not what I want it to be. So Okay, right. So I'm gonna move this screen off screen a minute and open DevTools so on the stream so I can see you can see what I'm doing in DevTools, and I'll obviously just drag the normal stream over if and when we saw it. Um, okay. Come on. No. What's that? Oh, I've just realised I've had a few followers while I've been off stream. Profits, cheers. Josh UQ4 and Neo588. Cheers. What do we do? What do we do? Come on. What am I doing wrong? Still doesn't. Okay, so hmm. No, come on. How do I do this? Like for what's flex basis? Oh, come on. What the hell am I doing wrong? class. What was I doing? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Right, I'm just gonna go for another drink. I will be back in a sec. Okay, so I'm back. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, I've no idea where I'm going wrong, which is very annoying. Get in. Okay, we can easily fix this bit now. Move. Oh, we're nearly there. Come on. getting. I can't believe it's actually that simple. And I've just been spent a good hour on that, probably longer. Oh, right. Okay, so we've done the first set of 4. Now it's for the other set of 4. But I just quickly need to go and add a few more posts so we can see what it looks like. So this is what the back end looks like as well. So we can simply add a post by doing this. The title fills out the slug automatically, because of the way that's linked. We can select an author. I'd still like a way to set this depending on who's logged in, but I've not quite figured that out yet. The content status, etc. So let's just create a load of fake different content. A lorem ipsum generator. Just select one of the existing images rather than uploading a new one. How many have we got now? Let's see. 7. No, I need more. Okay, so 9 posts. That's enough for us to work on this next bit. Okay, so then what we want to do is basically we're going to copy. We're going to copy this. This time it's going to be not active. And that shouldn't have been 1 to 9 either, so that should have just been the first 4. So one, two, one. So 1 to 5. Right. Well, that hasn't shown as I would have hoped. Why is it doing that? Oh, right, we'll look at that in a minute. Right. Bootstrap. No, I really thought that would work. That's ours. This one is. I don't think that. Don't know if do that. Oh, 12. That's all I know. Right, sorry, just not finished playing it. Okay, so carousel, card, carousel, card, carousel, card, carousel. Are you kidding me? Hey, yes, we did it. Get in. Right, we need to put that back at the bottom though, where we wanted it. Boom. Excellent. Okay, so we've done that. So I'm going to show you this now. So we now have this working. Although I'm possibly thinking of making it 3 columns rather than 4, but I've not decided yet. I just feel like you can't get much of a title length in here. But then I'd do like 8, so I'll leave it as 8 for now, but I do need to sort out why this is erroring out. Mm. Right, so just that. Okay, I think that's just a bad image. Let's try some of that. Most recent post. Okay, no, that's not as we wanted. Oh. Swear it's one issue after another. Fix one thing and then run into another. Oh, Overflow hidden. Okay, right. Come on. Right, come on. Oh, man. Come on. Right. Right. Back to the web page. That works lovely. Oh. Oh, I swear I get past one thing and then it's another. Right, I'm gonna call that a day here now, because I'm just running into one issue after another. Um, I will pick that up in the next stream. Cheers. Okay, see you later.